Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So you find me in the Thieving guild, and the reason why that is because we've had to change our video plan for tonight. Jagex have released a little bit of a teaser of what updates coming next week, and that has changed the plans for the video today. So if you go onto your calendar, just on the quest tab, you will see that next week, Heists and 120 Thieving is going to be released for the game. We have covered Heists in the 120 Thieving post before. I'll make sure to put that in the corner video if you guys check out. But what I wanted to do was just to run for a video before the Thursday news post, just to give you guys a little bit of advance warning and also some methods to train your thieving if you're looking to train your thieving before this. Now this could be a really good thing to throw in if you have a couple hours left of your double XP, which does still have 1 week to finish. Heist will be released straight after the double XP finishes and the update for this week goes ahead. Now the good thing is that thieving is a very high XP skill, and especially if you're trying to get like from 90 to 99 or into the 100s to be able to do a couple of the heists, you do have a very good chance of doing some AFK thieving with really good XP rates just to give you the extra couple of levels you may need to get there. Now what we're going to do in this video is run through some items which are really helpful for it, XP buffs, also as well some training methods. Thieving is one of the most diverse ways to train. Pretty much most of it will be pickpocketing, but you have a selection of things to go and try and thieve for different and high XP rates. So that's what this video is going to be. We're going to cover it. Now, one of the most important things for your thieving experience is to do the buyers and sellers quest. Now, it's more a mini quest than an actual quest, but what this will do for a sort of period of 4 quests will give you the thieving guild I'm currently sat in, and will give you access to a couple of different thieving methods, one of which is probably one of the best ways to train thieving. Now, in terms of levels and stuff like that, I'm just going to give you a bit of a brief overlook, and then once we get to about level 80 plus, then we'll look into some of the better options, because that's when thieving really starts to pick up a little bit when you have more of the better options available. So if you are fresh from thieving, what I'm actually going to be doing, escaping free to play, is going to do another bond. It is going to be a bit more in the background and we might not do as many episodes on it, but what I'm going to do with it is train thieving for that. And hopefully before the weekends, I'll try and get it done as quick as possible to show you guys what I'm doing to get to a certain thieving level. But for a little bit of a tip, I would go and do the buyers and sellers quest as soon as possible. Once you're at level 12, there are these jail doors here, which you can go and pickpocket and open the door with a lockpick. And basically, you want to do that to level 62, so 15 to 62, just basically doing this. Every time you open the door, you hop and then go and do another selection of doors and just rotate between a couple of worlds. This is really quick XP. 200 XP per door at like level 20 is exceptionally quick, especially if you're going to use your double XP as well. For the whole video, my double XP timer will be off because I want to save it for other stuff. But if you're doing this during double XP, you will be even quicker. So this is what I recommend from level 15 to level 62 thieving is training via these doors. And at level 62, providing you've done the quest associated with it for the guild, you can do safe cracking. Now safe cracking is where the XP really starts to rack up, but we'll go and look at that a little bit later. Safe cracking and plunder are probably the methods I would recommend for you to do between sort of like 62 all the way up to like level 80ish. And just because the XP is very quick, yes, they are a little bit interactive. Safe cracking can be like very lightly AFK, but plunder, the quicker you are with plunder, the better you're going to get in terms of XP. But it's going to be a really good and quick way to do it, especially with your double XP active, to get to a higher thieving level. And then in 62, you're starting to have options. You can go and do safes. So you can do misfill-in safes, which is basically Varrock, Edgeville, that kind of area, from 62 to 76. And then you can go to Asgarnia, which is then going to be Falador, Burthorpe, and then you can move to Candarin, which is then going to be Ardonge, Yanil, and that surrounding area. And with the kind of XP you're going to get, so when you're doing it 62 to 76, that's going to be 300k. When you're going to be doing 76 to 83, that's going to be 400k. And then 83 to 99 plus can be anywhere between 575 to 950. That's the good thing with thieving. It is exceptionally AFK. Now, we might go ahead a little bit ahead of ourselves, but let's talk through items. So once you've done the quest for safe cracking, which will require all of the buyers and sellers quest, it really isn't that long. Then basically mini quest more than anything. You do need to do the feud or completion of the feud to be able to have a blackjack, but complete all the buyers and sellers. It's worthwhile doing anyway for the Thief Guild, and you actually get a little bit of money from actually doing the quest. So that is what you need to do safe cracking. So in terms of items, once you've got safe cracking, you need a stethoscope and you need a small looting bag because you're going to put the loot in the bag. Now you do get pilfer points, which you can go and spend at Dodgy Derek, and Dodgy Derek can upgrade that and also give you a couple of other nice thieving rewards as well. Now because it's double XP, you have the ability to buy the Black Ibis outfit from the double XP store, And what this basically does is give you a percentage boost on your thieving XP, which, especially when you're doing double XP and a big period of thieving, will really help. Now, if you have 80 invention and you have been doing some thieving before, you may have access to the Master Camouflage set, which has a lot of perks, a better sort of rate of XP as well it's going to give you, and a chance of double thieving and stuff like that. Other useful items as well is the Mushroomy Pickpocketing Bag, which is going to give you a 5% chance to auto pickpocket at a speed of 0.6 seconds, which really increases your XP per hour and is actually very decent. You're going to need 82 invention and 81 thieving for this, but it's very, very good. A lockpick for most thieving will also help, and if you are going to do plunder, you may look at buying a Pharaoh's Scepter, just because this will teleport you directly to the mummy, although I think nowadays you can actually just go through whatever wall it is and you will get to the mummy. To do Pyramid Plunder, you do need to at least start Ichagrin's Little Helper, just get into the Sophium area, and then you can go and do the plunder. Plunder's very nice. We might actually do a little bit of plunder just to show you guys as well. So once you start getting towards the 80s and 90s of the world, that's where you're going to get the better XP. So what we're going to do is just have a little bit of a fly around as well. What I'll do is, especially for the safe cracking one, I will put the wiki page into the description. I really enjoy safe cracking. I think if I was to go and get like 99 or into the hundreds of thieving, I would do safe cracking. Basically what you do is go and hop between other locations, and then the safes will reset every 5 minutes, and then you basically just do one big loop. So it's nice. Depending on how long the video is, we might go and do a little bit of that. So in terms of a higher tier methods, again, I would recommend pretty much level 90 for all of these. But if you did safe cracking up to 90, you could quite quickly get up there. And again, we'll go into more detail on this on the Escaping Free-to-Play account once we've caught up on the episodes, which I'll try and push through as soon as possible. I'll hope to get at least it started on Thursday, when I imagine the thieving post will be here. So in terms of the higher thieving method, we have the Elf City clans, which again, you're going to need to do Plague's End to be able to do it, and you do need 90 plus. You will gain more and more factions throughout 90 to 99. So this might be one you want to hold off till you like 98 or at least 99 and then going onwards. Now, once you're 99, the Thieving Cape is very nice because it notes all loot, and especially for the Elven clans, it can be very good because you do get quite a lot of like drops, and to have them noted is very nice. So the Pharaoh's Scepter is a little bit expensive. Just take the carpet down to Sophium, and then you'll have this pyramid in the middle. Basically click on one of the doors and you'll go and meet the mummy in the center, and then you right click on the mummy to start the minigame. And basically, plunder is one of those methods which have been around the game for so long, and it's just so easy, and it's quite chill to be fair. Basically, the point of this minigame is you have a 5-minute timer, and what you want to do is run around the room and going through all the traps, looting all of the urns, and whatever room is your best to make sure you loot all the rooms there. So it goes up from the first room, which is level 21, every 10 levels. So room 2 will be level 31, room 3 will be level 41. So what you want to do normally is save your last 2 rooms to fully loot, because that will be your XP. And basically, you just run around, click on the urn, and then you just continuously do that on a loop. So Pyramid Plunder is very solid and a very good way to do it, and also providing you've done the quest to get in Sophium. Level 21 is quite a low requirement, but with the quests and stuff, I do think that the doors will be slightly quicker. But once you get to level 81 and 91, that's when the XP gets really good, and you do have a chance every time you loot the Grand Gold Chest of getting the Pharaoh's Scepter. So the next method we're going to look at is something which has a higher fail rate, and this is Krux Equal Knights. Now, this is going to be a fully AFK method, but this kind of brings in, with a high tier thieving method, some more items which will prevent you getting caught. So the Ardon's Cloak is very, very good because it will give you a plus 10 success on thieving, especially pickpocketing as well. The Feather Finger Necklace is going to give you a 21% chance to not take damage and avoid being stunned, so you don't stop pickpocketing. They are very useful. You have Soul in a Box from Nomad's Elegy, which sometimes distracts the monster you're trying to pickpocket so you don't get caught. The Gloves of Silence, which can sometimes be overruled by an outfit. If you've got the camouflage outfit, I wouldn't use it. They help with avoiding being pickpocketed as well. You have some of these spells from the Light Within quest, so we have the Crystal Mask and the Light Form. The Crystal Mask is going to increase how successful your pickpocketing is by 25%, and then also give you a 25% chance to not being caught. A Crystal Mask really is going to be quite important for both Krux Knights and also something we're going to look at a little later on, the Dwarven Traders. They are incredible XP and definitely something you'll need Crystal Mask for. Obviously, if you're going to do the Elf City questline and Plague's End, you'll have the Traherne Exoskeleton set, which, if you've not got the camouflage outfit, is very good. If you've got the Master Camouflage outfit, definitely replace that. We have the 5-fingered discount aura, which if you do have it, it is very good. Big percent chance to not get caught. And again, like we mentioned earlier on, Thieving Cape and also the mushroomy pickpocketing bag. But this Krux Equal Knight, if you've got some of those high tier items to avoid your pickpocketing chance to get caught, you can pretty much AFK these pretty solidly. And they're a decent one, to be fair. I like safe cracking because it's just so quick, but this is very good in terms of the XP and also AFK-ness. If you want to be fully AFK, Equal Knights is a very, very good shout. So that is Plunder, safe cracking, Krux Knights, and also the elf area as well. We'll go and visit the elf area, although I think elf thieving has been very much covered quite a lot. Providing you got the level to go in and do that clan, you can go in, just basically click on an elf and you'll go pickpocketing. Once you are caught 3 times, you are banned from that area for 10 minutes. So the more you have in terms of the options for the elves, the better, because it just means you can rotate between the clans better. Once you get caught and you only have 2 sort of factions you can go and sort of loot from, you are stuck in waiting to basically reset. Maybe you go and do some mining, maybe you go and do something else. But it just means the higher your level, the more factions you can go between. This is pretty decent, to be fair. This will give you some decent items, stuff for GP. It's very decent for clue scrolls as well. So it's not bad. I just think things like the Dwarven traders are better XP. And safe cracking is also better XP as well. Now, because we've mentioned it so much, I will go and show you guys safe cracking. Again, it's really, really easy. Items you're going to need is your stethoscope and your small looting bag, and just to know the locations of where all of them are. So I'll make sure to put in the comment section the link to go and see all the safe cracking locations. And basically all you need to do is loot them until they're empty and then rotate between all of them. So the one we're going to go and look at now is going to be in Camelot Castle. So as you can see here, this is for safe. We did this on 7-day bond as well, so it's a good one to go and have a look at what we're doing there. But again, I'm going to do escaping free to play, and we'll go and work out all of these different methods. So basically all you do is you go and just click on the safe, and then this is where like the light AFK-ness is. You can basically just sit and AFK away. And then once it hits for lock on 3 occasions, you need to hit it 3 times to unlock it. Then you'll get a bigger XP drop, and then once you finish it, you'll also get an XP drop. And then every time you loot, your looting bag will fill. And then once your looting bag is 100%, you go back to the Thieving Guild, hand it in, and then you repeat. You can buy some teleports directly to the Thieving Guild from Dodgy Derek if you wanted to. I normally do whenever I get them because they're very convenient, and it just means I can bank nice and quick. So there we go. We've cracked open the safe. We've got the XP drop, and again, it's a very, very good method, safe cracking. And safe cracking really, out of the ones I've shown you, would be the one I'd suggest if you wanted to go and use those couple of hours you might have spare on a double XP to get XP very, very quick. So the last one we're going to go show you is going to be Dwarven traders. Again, it's in that octagon center. You will need to do the giant dwarf to be able to have access to Keldagrim. And what I'll do is I'll go over there really, really speedy, just show you guys that because the video is getting on. Now, also don't forget, you have thieving dummies available to you. If you have dummies in your bank, you can convert your other dummies into different ones. At a ratio of every 3 dummies you want to convert, you get 2 of the other type as well. So you're going to lose a third of what you currently have if you wanted to swap other dummies into thieving ones. What I would highly suggest, because the XP for thieving is so quick, I really wouldn't use those thieving dummies until you are in the 90s, because that's when you're going to get the most XP from them. Mid thieving isn't really that much of a slog. It really isn't that bad once you get safe cracking, so don't waste them at that point. Save them for when you get the most XP, and that will be in the later stages. So what I'm going to do, go really quickly over to Keldagrim and show you guys these Dwarven traders and talk through that, and then we'll wrap the video up. Really hope this has helped. I have tried to be as detailed but as brief as possible because, again, this is going to be a long video. I hope this helps you guys because I always know that I always have a couple of hours left to double XP, and I'm never sure of what to do. And especially if you're like a couple levels off getting that Thieving Cape, all these 120 skills normally bring a massive chance to make some cash. So I don't want you guys to miss out on the chance of doing this brand new thieving update because you might enjoy it, you might make bank, you might also get some really quick XP. So I just wanted to throw out a couple of ideas as well. So I've tried to put in as much detail as possible, but if you aren't sure of anything, the wiki and the links I'll put in the description should be able to guide and help you out. Now, to find the Dwarven traders, you need to go at the stairs. You can access the Keldagrim from the Grand Exchange if you just go and use the car system. So you have all these Dwarven traders here. Now, for this, you are going to have your pickpocketing bag, your top tier outfit. I would also recommend using your aura as well. You will need things like a bunyip and also maybe some brews just to heal as well. You need everything. You need your crystal mask, you need your light form as much as you can because these have a very high rate of catching you, and as soon as they do, you're going to have the floor guard on the case. Now, this will be somewhere I'd highly recommend you to go onto World 84 for because you'll have more people here. You'll have people with things like cannons as well to go and attack the guards and keep the guards out of the way as well. So really, Once you go and run into the corner, the guards will lose aggression, but you can come back as well. But the XP you're going to get from doing the Dwarven traders is going to be insane. I think like it can be upwards of about 1 mil if you don't get caught. But as you can see, I'm not at a point, I didn't have the aura, I didn't have all the stuff I need to be fully at a point where I can avoid getting caught. So I am getting caught quite a lot. But that is going to be the thieving sort of little mini guide through it. Again, all these things, all these guides and stuff, I'm going to go and do in the new year, just to have a bit of a look on what it's going to look like in 2026. I just wanted to give you guys some ideas to do while double XP is still here. If you've got a couple of hours spare, obviously next week we'll be doing as much of a thieving content as possible. I'll have the main account and also 7-Day Bond, who is slaving away, save cracking as we speak. And yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that thieving is on its way. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. I definitely am. These 120 releases have been some fantastic content and also some big chances to make some money as well. So really looking forward to see what they bring. Everything they've sort of brought in terms of the thieving content stuff looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope it's going to be good. We're going to wrap the video up there. If you have missed any videos lately, they'll be in the corner and in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.